Holla. Okay, welcome, welcome. You have some of your awesome, amazing leadership counsel here to help you with your daily connect. So first of all, congratulations for deciding to share your message, share your voice, that you are going to be participating in the daily connect, because that's really what makes it cool, is the fact that we have all these different voices, that we have all these different stories, that people see different faces within the Women's Connection community. So we don't always want it to be our faces, right? We want you to get out there and share your value and your experience. But we want to make sure that you know what you're doing. So we've cut this little video to walk you through the process, a couple of the procedures, and we've got all the ladies here to guide you, because they've been running with the Daily Connect for the last couple of months, and we have made some mistakes and we have learned the hard way, right? So we want to embark that knowledge on you so that you can have the best possible Facebook Lives. And this will help you in all areas, because whether you're doing a Daily Connect Facebook Live or you're doing your own, you're going to get some of these tips, because these ladies really crush it. And some of their Facebook Lives are just like, whoa, like just grab you and pull you in. And this is exactly what we want to teach you how to do. So welcome, Layla Black, all these awesome ladies here to help you today. I want to show you, first of all, quickly, the first thing that you need to know, and that is the schedule. So you might look at it and be like, oh my God, it's kind of crazy. But this is really to help us stay organized, because we want to be able to easily access your replays and promote them on our fan page, on the Women's Connection fan page. So we want to be putting your face out there. We want to get you exposure. We want to get your brand and your story out to the masses. So this helps us so that we can get there right in an instant. We can all go to the document, see who's on today, see what their topic is. We can share it, we can promote it, and then later on when it's done, we can promote it on our fan pages and stuff like that. So the first thing that you're going to pick is obviously a day. So here we have them week by week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Let me put us up here so we're out of the way. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So you'll see the different topics. Obviously Monday, motivation; Tuesday, Techie Tuesday; Wellness Wednesday; Thoughtful Thursday; Friday, Fulfillment Friday. So pick one of those, and the topics, you can have fun with them. There's not a lot of guidelines on what you want to talk about. So if something comes to you, if you have an experience that day, or you read something in a book, or you have a lesson to share, don't feel like, is this going to fit? If you feel it fits, it fits. Okay, so we're really flexible in that area, but we want to know what the topic's going to be. So if you could leave your name, your topic, and then a link. So we all want to share your Facebook Live out. Some people want to do it from their Facebook profile. Some people want to do it from their fan page. Some people might not be comfortable with that yet, so they want to do it just inside our private Facebook group. So whatever it is that you want to do, just let us know, so we're not like searching around to find you at 12:30. We all know where you're going to be streaming from. So just leave a link, and then if you want it to be only private, just let us know. So if you want it to be private, that means we won't promote it, we won't market it, we won't share it out into the public world. It will stay within our community eyes only. So just let us know so that we know, okay, we're not going to go blasting this all over Facebook, right? And then the replay link. So obviously you can't put that there till you're done. But when you're done, grab the replay link. We'll actually show you quickly how to do that, so that you know. Actually, let me do it. Let me do it for you right now. Am I on my Facebook? Yes, I am. Okay, so when you go to your Facebook, this is the fastest way. This is how I grab links for any of my replays or anything that's going on if I am in. So you just go to my videos down here. And where is the Facebook Live? Do I have any Facebook Lives? Oh, maybe they're not. Oh, my videos. Hi, B. So here's a Facebook Live that I did from Savannah, Georgia. So if I wanted to get the link for this, there's a few different ways. There's a few different ways that you can do this. One of the ways that I always gravitate to, because I find it's just my brain goes to it, is the date. So anytime you see a date on any of your posts, like a picture or a graphic or a video, and you see the little date right here, you can click it. So when you click that little date, it'll populate a specific link for that post, whatever it is. Because sometimes you get into these shares and you can't find the link, or you can only share it in a specific thing, or share it, like it can be kind of confusing, and you're like, I just want the link. So what I do is I click right here, and it will give me a link up here in my browser. Oh, pause. So I would grab that link and I would put that over in our drive so that
hey, can you hear me?
You can access it. All right, so that is a quick overview. And if you're looking for where the Facebook Live sign up is, it is within our Google Drive. So if you don't have access to the Google Drive, make sure that you reach out to one of the leaders that you see here or any of the Leadership Council, and they will plug you into the Google Drive to get you registered. Now, there's a couple procedures that I wanted to go over. First of all, watching this training video, which you're doing right now. Woohoo, awesome, you're following step 1. Okay, and then step 2, I want you to confirm 24 hours prior. So life happens, we can forget, we can, whatever might happen. Maybe you're out in the middle of nowhere with no Wi-Fi, or, you have a family emergency or something like that. But just let us know 24 hours in advance that, hey, I'm good to go for tomorrow. I'm all set. I've got my topic. I'm ready to go. We want to keep things less off the seat of our pants and more structured and scheduled so that we all know what's going on. We can all plug in. So in the chat, where you'll see the chat, the Facebook chat, which you're probably already inside of, make sure that you share your topic and your link on where you're going to be streaming from so we can find you. And that's 24 hours in advance. And then doing a post in the group. So in the group, take you guys over there. Get out of the way. Okay. The Women's Connection group, you will see a folder, an album, sorry, under photos. This is where this is where you find all the albums. So this, if I'm ever lost and trying to find something, you can go in here. So in the Daily Connect, this is where we're looking. We're going to see all of the different promotional graphics. So you go in, if you're doing Monday Motivation, if you're doing Techie Tuesday, just go into that graphic quickly and let everybody know what you're doing. Let everybody know what your topic is. Do a quick comment. And what that will do is that will bump that picture to the top of our group. That will bump that picture up in the wall, in the news feed, so that all the members, it's really present in their mind and we all know what's going on that day. What was the next thing? Oh, the hashtags. So using the hashtags. So we're going to integrate hashtags eventually into our fan page so that the fan page will automatically share the hashtags. So it will see the hashtags in your post. So you have to use the hashtags, and we have to get in the habit of using the hashtags for the Daily Connect so that we can integrate that tool. So these are the hashtags. If you're wondering what the hashtags are for your day, it's right here. And then just include that in your title somewhere or in the description. And then a quick call to action, just letting people know. This is something that Sabira does all the time in her Facebook Lives, is she lets people know that she's live every single day at a specific time. Well, our Daily Connects are every day at a specific time, right? So if we let people know that, then they kind of get that ingrained in their memory, like, oh, okay, 12:30, 12:30, 12:30, I'm going to come back tomorrow. I'm going to plug in. I want to know more. So having a little call to action, like join the Women's Connection every day, Monday to Friday at 12:30, just something to give them more information, to let them know this isn't a one-off thing and this is something we do consistently. And then posting your replay link. I think I'll let Lisa talk about that because she's got some system going for replay links and she can instruct you there. But yes, your replay link is really important because that's the cool thing about video, about creating content on social media. It's like once you do it, even though it's done, it still has so much power. It still has so much juice. There's still so many people that haven't heard your message that we can share, that we can promote. So you want to make sure that you have that replay link posted for everybody to see, everybody to share, and then also in the spreadsheet for quick reference. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about is nerves, okay? Because like I get this all the time. They're like, oh my gosh, I'm scared. And it's funny because one person that comes to mind that I think of that was scared at the beginning and now just goes on a Facebook Live and totally crushes is that damn Trip right there. If you didn't follow her on Instagram yet, make sure that's her handle right there. She's got it right there. So yeah, Nikki is one of our newer coaches who at the beginning was a little nervous and was like, this is live. This is, this is me. This is everything I am. And I think that that's something that we all kind of struggle with in the beginning is this idea of live video. Like, what if something goes wrong, or I can't edit it, or I can't delete. I can't go back. I can't hit rewind and say that part over, right? We just have to roll with it. So we have to really get comfortable. And that's part of what you will learn progressing through all of the trainings and all the workshops in the Women's Connection, but is this idea of just being comfortable in our skin. This is not about being perfect. This is about your message that comes from you. So when you think about it like that, it's like, well, I know me. I am me. I can do me. That's all we want. We just want you to do you. So I want to pass it over to our leadership coaches so that they can share some of their experiences, because they've been doing these daily connects for the last couple of months, and they know what works. They know how to get people engaged. They know how to get people to leave comments. They know how to get people to share it out. They know how to get viewers in the audience and all of this that you want to master, right? So I am going to let you become a sponge and take all of their knowledge and suck it all in. And this will help you for sure in your daily connects and all your Facebook Lives. So let's bring it out here. I know that you ladies are eager to put your knowledge on all of these new women that are coming through to share their Facebook Lives. So because we just had our daily connect with Sensei over there, I want to bring her out first because she has this energy. She has this ability to get us pumped up. Who doesn't agree with that? Like, that seriously, like every time I watch her on a Facebook Live, I'm jacked up. I'm excited about life. I'm excited to be there, and that's the kind of Facebook Live that I'm not going to click off. That's the Facebook Live I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave that playing no matter what's going on. It's staying open in the corner of my screen all the time, and I'm not going anywhere, right? So Sabira, tell us a little bit, some of your ideas, some of your tips on what these women can do to make their Facebook Lives more engaging and powerful.
Let's see. So the first one I have is exaggerate your personality a little. I am actually a pretty mellow person. However, you got this edutainment thing going on, right? You're giving them some valuable content, and you got to entertain a little bit too. So you got to kind of get in the camera, be in their face, exaggerate your personality. The other reason is because you got to break through their conscious mind so that you can get to their subconscious mind, and you do that through emotion. So you got to make them feel something. You got to make them feel happy. You got to make them feel sad. You got to make them cry. You got to pull up some type of emotion, and you can't do that if you're flat. Mm-hmm. So find in yourself somewhere, tap into your own emotion before you go live. You don't have to be all jacked up like I am. That's just my way. Figure out what your way is to do that, and then amp it up just a little bit. And know that the reason you're doing that is because you got to break through the conscious mind to the subconscious. And that only happens if you get them emotional. So that's my one tip.
Yeah, that's huge. Emotional is huge. And you left a really good tip there of getting into that mindset before you cut the camera on, before you hit broadcast, and thinking about, okay, this is my topic. What emotion am I trying to evoke in them? What emotion did I feel when I experienced this? And truly feel it for like 5 minutes. Sit there and be like, okay, well, I'm talking about something really tough today. And okay, if you're talking about something really tough, it might not be the right sort of Facebook Live for you to be all jacked up and I'll win, right? Like, it's a different sort of scenario, but still connecting with that emotion of like, okay, I am about to share with you something that was extremely difficult for me to talk about in public ever. And the second that I say that, no, I'm not all crazy and jacked up, but they're paying attention. They're like, whoa, okay, this is something big. And the emotion is there. I can feel it. I step into it. I embody it before I go live. So really, really great tip. Let's go over to to Nikki. Nikki, what is going on? Okay, so I told you Nikki, when she started, she was a little nervous.
The great thing is that was my tip.
Anymore.
Not at all. and I'm glad Sabira went first, because that is an excellent tip about amping it up. But if you're anything like me, my nerves, exactly what you were saying, I was nervous because my nerves give me the yelling and I'm like going crazy. So if you're like me, don't amp it up, but do you, just exactly like you said. One thing that helps me is I watch other lives, because I know what I want to see. I know what keeps my attention. And then I find something in that other live that I relate to what I'm going through. You can't know what people are looking for if you're not watching lives. The craziest thing is I had hit Sabira and said, hey, 2:00 in the morning, girl, I'm watching your live, and it's some fire. Because I had some things in my mind at that time and I was trying to get them out. And so I went to her live for some motivation and some clarity on them. Another tip that helps is play on those nerves. If you're not nervous about going live, and if you're not nervous about what you're about to share with people, you might want to reevaluate it, because that means you're not really connected with it. You don't really feel it. I feel it every single time. I still get the nerves. I just learned with some of the rituals that we do to breathe, center myself, control them. And then, like Sabira said, lights, camera, action, get the business. So play on those nerves, feel those nerves, embrace those nerves, and then let people know those nerves are there, but this is what I'm doing to get over them. So I love the nerves. I haven't gotten over them. I just learned to use them. And I've learned that by watching other people's lives, being a student of the process, and then, doing more. I've actually started doing lives on my own, because when I do them for the Daily Connect now, I want them to be good. I want to be polished, and I want to have continuous content. So you can only do that by doing your own. And I never would have done my own live before, but this has had me amp it up. So do more. If you feel like you don't know how to do them, do more. It's great. I've been loving it.
Huge. Amazing. Totally. And that whole idea of embracing your nerves and actually being authentic and real about it, that is what people don't want. Some phony, I am a professional internet marketer and I'm here to tell you exactly, when you can say, hey dude, I am seriously, the back of my knees are sweating. I am so nervous right now on this live stream, but I had to tell you this. I had to come out here because what I have inside me, you need to hear. And it's almost like we talk about this in the coaching of creating sort of a self-defacing story where you become a real person because you have flaws, because you have fears. And it's the strength that you have to admit it, the strength that you have to do it anyways, to push through it, to actually say, hey, I am nervous. Facebook Lives are crazy. Anything could happen right now. My kid could go running past naked right now, and it's live, right? So roll with me here, but stick with me, because what I'm about to tell you is something that has changed my life. So yeah, really good advice. And watching live. So when you watch a live, I want you to think to yourself, why am I here still? Why am I still watching? What is it that's keeping me on this? And if you want to leave, ask yourself, well, why did I turn it off? Was it boring? Was the story too long? Was there no energy? Was it something I couldn't relate to? Did I feel like they were rambling, or they didn't get to the point, or they didn't tell me what I was going to learn, or I didn't know what the heck was going on? Ask yourself these questions as a viewer. Not only view them, but actually take the time to reflect on the actions that it inspired in you. So really, really great advice, guys. Let's go over to Christy. Christy, what's going on? So she does tons of Facebook Lives out and about. I love the Facebook Lives from her park. So, and that can be scary in itself, right? I remember how scared I was to cut videos in public, like what people would think of me. Now when I'm out, I was doing that Facebook Live in Savannah, Georgia. I was in this busy park and people were like staring, like, what the heck, what is she doing? And it was kind of exciting. It gets people talking to you and they're like, what is it that you do? I'm like, this is my job. And they're like, what? That's your job? You're working right now? You're having so much fun. And they want to know more. So Christy, share some of your advice on things that you've learned as you've went through this journey of Facebook Lives.
Yeah. And I'm glad you actually kind of touched on that, Layla, is because I actually started doing Facebook Lives before getting in with the Women's Connection. I was going through my own PTSD program, and I had learned so much and I gained so much from it. And I'm one of those types of people that when I get that much energy inside of me, I want to share it. So I started doing the Facebook Lives, sharing information that I was learning, because a lot of people that are experiencing PTSD can't necessarily articulate what they're feeling, but all the people that want to help them, they're helping in all the wrong ways and they're only making things worse. So I kind of felt like I became an advocate for being able to communicate to the people that wanted to help. Hey, if you have somebody that's experiencing ABC, this is what's really happening with them. If you want to help them in these ways. So I kind of had started getting into the habit. I was very, very raw, of course, at it. And being with the Women's Connection has helped me to refine the way that I am able to communicate. But for the women that are coming on and wanting to get in with the daily connections, my recommendation is do lives with other parts of your life. Your life itself, everything that we're doing, we're sharing information. We're sharing because we care. So get in the habit. The act of performing actually comes in the practice piece. Practice for perfection, so that when you become comfortable doing those things that you already are okay with talking about and you're already comfortable talking about, I look at the lives as being like getting on the phone with my girlfriends or talking to my family members. So they're my family. They're people I care about. Even if people don't know me on my Facebook page, I care about them because I'm attracting people that are only going to be the type of quality person that I want to have in my life. So I care about every single person, regardless if I know them personally or don't know them personally. I know there's some kind of reason why they're on my Facebook page or they've been brought to my Facebook page. So I'm comfortable now speaking on the Facebook Lives because I do things in the morning where I go to the park and I'm practicing some things with my PTSD homework. And so I'm able to talk while I'm in the park. I do things at night when I'm cooking and I'm starting to do, organic cooking. So I do little Facebook feeds there. So that by the time I do the daily connection, if one of the ladies sleeps because she had a migraine and we couldn't find her and Layla's like, I need somebody, I'm perfectly fine with being able to hop on and talk about hormones. So, and that's the piece about it, is just be able to communicate in a way that makes you feel comfortable, but that the people that are receiving it, that they're people that want that information too. And with the Daily Connect, the time period that you're talking about, it's a short period of time because people are usually around their lunch period. So, keeping it like within about 10 to 15 minutes is a good timepiece to keep it in. So it's, once you start doing it on a regular basis, it becomes second nature.
Yes, it is definitely all about action. The more that it's like, think about the first time you drove a car. Think about it. Like, seriously, I mixed up the pedals. Like brake was gas and gas was brake, and I was so nerd checking my mirrors every 2 seconds consciously. Had to make a point of checking blind spots. Right when we first started driving, this is how it rolls, right? And that's how you're going to be with your Facebook Lives at the beginning. You're going to be consciously thinking, okay, did I do this? Did I do this? Did I have a call to action? Did I ask people to engage? Did I ask them for a comment? When you keep following the process, it will become second nature. You will say, hey, leave me a comment here. If you are ready for this information, let me know that you're ready. And it will just flow from you as naturally as, speaking. So one thing that I know when I first started, I did my first Facebook Live and I saw people from my high school. I saw like my aunt hop on, and I had been speaking for years on camera in video marketing on YouTube, on my blog, but it never really dawned on me that the people that I actually knew were going to be watching me. So I had this little fear come up. But then I realized, like you said, when you get comfortable, when you're talking about things that you know, when you're talking about things that you believe in, talking about things that you have felt that shift, you have felt that impact on your life, and you're speaking from the heart. That is when, it doesn't matter who's listening. I want my high school friends to watch my Facebook Lives. I want them to change their life. I want them to be more inspired and empowered and more confident in themselves, because I know what it did for me and I know how it changed my life. So if I have that belief, I see their name pop up and there's no more fear. There's no like, oh shit, oh my God, they're on there. It doesn't matter, because this is real. This is raw. You need it. You all need it, no matter who you are. But a really great tip that I did it in the beginning was just thinking about one person. So I wouldn't think about all the people watching, or all the people that might be watching, or all the strangers that are going to watch this replay. I would just think about one person. And I would think about my best friend, who I knew, even if I stumbled my words, or if I had like a brain fart or whatever happened, she would just laugh, or she would just tell me, keep going, Layla. That was the person. When I looked at that dot, when I looked in the eyes of all of you, and that's another tip, make sure you're looking at the camera. When I looked at that, I would see her, and that's the only person I would see. And that helps you get over the fears. Then eventually you start to be like, okay, I'm cool with everybody. I want all of you guys in here. But yeah, really great tip. And it is definitely the more you do it, the easier it gets. So let's go down to Angel, because Angel does a ton of our Facebook Lives. She's definitely one that always comes in when when we need somebody as backup, and sometimes off the cuff, in her pink robe, no shower, just winging it. And I love that about her, because she's always there for all of our community. So Angel, what are some things that you've learned in your Facebook Live journey?
What are some things? Yes, I learned a lot about doing Facebook Live. First is I learned to forget about being perfect and comparing myself to others, like how good they are. I'm like, I'm never going to be like them. Of course, I'm never going to be like them, right? Because I'm me. So I learned that the more you do your Facebook Lives being you, then the more it's more authentic, and the more that people feel it. And I love what Layla said. When you look in the camera, you think of one person. And when I look at the camera, I think of my kids. I think of my family. And I remember before, because this is public, and I know I said I want to challenge myself to put my videos on my personal page, because I know it's going to be public, and this is going out of my comfort zone. So going out of my comfort zone, I ended up seeing my classmates from university, from elementary, my aunts, my relatives. I'm like, okay, I think back then, without the Women's Connection, I would be like, I'm not doing that on my personal page. But now these people are reaching out to me saying that they are being inspired with what I'm saying. So to me, I did my mission. So think of what you want to accomplish on your, and then that will help you. And of course, I like this quote that one of my mentors said: don't get good, get done. By getting done, you'll get good. That gets stuck in my head, because a lot of us, and especially me in the past, I keep on getting stuck in that getting ready mode. You keep on getting ready, and you're never able to get on with really doing it, right? So don't get good, get done. And by getting done, you'll get good.
So true, right? We think we got to be perfect first. We got to be good. We got to be like this awesome, inspiring Facebook Live speaker. But really, you just got to get done. Just do it. Just do it. And the cool thing about doing these daily connects is that it's not, you have such an awesome crew in your chat. Like, how awesome is it to have all those ladies in there, and they're hearting you up, and they're leaving comments, and we want to support you. We want to lift you up and give you confidence, and this is a great stepping stone if you are nervous, to have an army of women who are supporting you on your Facebook Live. So really, really powerful stuff. Lisa B. Okay, so if you got Wi-Fi issues, no, I'm just joking. Yeah.
Yeah, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, good. Because I was having microphone issues, so I've been playing with my Yeti.
Oh,
I know, right? Speaking of videos.
Love
Okay,
it.
so Lisa, you must all know when you watch this video that I am just like a geek-asaurus. Like, I am all about the techie stuff, guys. Flew my drone yesterday successfully, the first flight. It totally went, I'm like on drone heaven, like cloud 9 right now. I'm so proud of myself. And so I am one of those perfectionist types. And then I haven't been doing the Facebook Lives because I've been just doing other stuff. But when I do them, all the things that you guys all said, speaking of the people that pop up that don't normally come through your business world, is such a great point, because maybe that starts to merge and then something magical happens with that. So I also just wanted to mention that the hashtagging idea is such a great idea, because I think we have to really train everybody, and I'm definitely kind of manning this whole, we need everybody trained. And so also I want to announce that Nikki is going to be project manager helper gal in the Daily Connect. So we're going to kind of have
so don't be scared of her. Seriously, because sometimes it's funny, because Nikki, sometimes you can come across as a little bit intimidating, or like, you know, they might be afraid to talk to you, or they might be afraid to send you a message or whatever. But look at that smile. Like, seriously, she is all about helping you. And so
yeah, it's gonna be fun.
But yes, so she's your point of contact. She is the one that you're going to reach out to if life happens and you have a migraine and you can't do it and we need to reschedule, or if you're
and then
not sure where to go.
So we want to kind of make sure that everybody's not asking everybody everything, and I'm trying to help get these sort of different areas kind of shored up. So the other thing I wanted to mention that Layla did not mention when she was doing the screen share, was that I created a file in the group that has kind of the tribe, people who are kind of actively doing these, and a little guide, the same guideline that you have in Drive, it's kind of copied in there. So I'm going to keep amending that. This video will go there, link it there. I think one of the issues that everybody seems to be having right now in the Women's Connection is knowing where to go and what to do, and that there's a lot going on. And so I think that as coaches and as us doing these daily connects and putting the message out there, I think every single extra mile we go, like, make yourself a graphic. Make yourself. I'll do some graphic training in the Instagram training with Denise, but make yourself some graphics. When we were doing the daily teleseminar calls, okay, all those years ago, we had every single day a new graphic.
Doesn't that sound so ancient? Teleseminar?
Doesn't it sound like, I mean, so those many years ago, but I remember having so much fun making those little graphics and thinking like, oh, this is my moment. Like, I get to do my day, and I'd get so excited, and I'd write my agenda in my Evernote, and I'd be ready, and I'd be, just like you girls are saying, pumped up, like adrenaline flowing, like sending that energy out. I still love doing those. So this is kind of the same type of thing. And you can do an agenda. I mean, you could think really about it and really be concise, because what I want to say too is call to actions, you guys. Big time. And this is another thing you have to train yourself to do, because there's a bunch of call to actions that you might want to throw in there, and then you might not even realize that people are hopping on and they might not have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, so you have to do like reiteration. Like, people are fast. They're going to jump on. If they don't really know what you're talking about and they're not into it, they're going to leave. So you kind of have to keep reiterating, oh, we're doing this little training for this app. It's called this. For the Women's Connection, you want to know how to connect? The link is below. PM me. All good. All right, back to my, my story. So just kind of remember that you're kind of marketing the platform a little bit. And then I did create, the other thing Layla forgot to mention is that right next to the album where you're going to put your daily connects, hey, I'm doing one, post, because this is a lot of information. There's the replay post. Great. Yeah, go back to the file. Yes. So I created a whole new album And just to let you guys know, albums and pictures are different. And the albums are where really everything's organized for you guys. So there's 2 files or 2, links, and the Daily Connect replay is where you're going to go and get your replay link after you do your event, so that people can find it again, and then we'll build up this awesome public archive. And when new people come in, they'll be able to hop around and say, "Ooh, look what Aisha just did. She's got those funny glasses on. I want to check that out." So there's so much cool stuff to see, right? And this is going to be good for we're going to keep the group really, tight on just where things are. And yeah, that techie help one, just kind of clue into, if people are lost, kind of guide the little lambs back to these training videos. So yeah, yes. I'm going to be doing, and the other thing I want to mention too, one more thing, is that I am really in Techie Girl. So the OBS thing, you guys, which is the Open Broadcasting Software. And I don't want to get too crazy on your mind right now, but this is about broadcasting from your laptop, okay? And that software, it's for gamers, and I am learning so much right now about that you can literally put a link in your videos. You can do intros. You can get super fancy with that. And one more tip for the day, you can schedule these live events in your Facebook pages ahead of time. That will be an announcement thing that floats through people's feed. I saw this the other day. I was like, oh my God, how brilliant a marketing strategy to create, I'm going live in 20 minutes. And you're all of a sudden people are like, oh, it happened just the other day with Lisa Federoff. I was like, oh, Lisa's going live. Someone big is going live, and you're like, and then another thing to call to action, guys, is, hey, you guys, subscribe to my lives so you know when I'm going to be live. So it's a lot to remember, but once we get in the groove, and you're like, subscribe, click the link, all that stuff, is really important in a short amount of time. So that is, and everything will be in the group.
Yeah, check the albums, leave comments, because that's the cool thing about the group is that we are all real people, and we are all really here to help you, and we want to make this as easy as possible. We want to see you step into that confidence and that power and not have any fear or any question about, where I'm lost. We want to make sure that you have all the information possible. So she gave you a lot of tips. The OBS, the screen sharing stuff, that's advanced, and we'll probably have to get into some more detailed trainings on that and specific advanced trainings, because we don't want to bog you down with that right now. First of all, what you need is your iPhone or some kind of smartphone. That's the easiest way to do it. The fastest way. There's lots of different apps and programs and things that you can do to get to that advanced level. But first off, get your face on Facebook. So let's go over to Denise. Denise, what's going on, girl? She's going to be going into our, I don't know when you're going to see this, so it might be now. You might be watching the recording of the Instagram training. I don't know, but you have really taken not only graphics and promoting your lives, promoting when you are going to go live or when you are going to do something, but also going back in and reaching out to the people that comment on your Facebook lives, actually starting conversations. Now, this girl has retired from her job, and a lot of that comes from comments and comes from her taking the time to engage with the people that do comment and starting personal conversations. So super pumped. But what are some of the things that you've learned? Because it wasn't easy at the beginning.
Yeah, it's funny how you said that, because that was the first thing I was going to touch on. Since everybody had awesome tips, I was like, I was about to say that. So yeah, engagement. It's one of the biggest things that I learned to do. And just when you're doing your Facebook lives, people love being recognized that they're watching you. Because when you're doing your Facebook lives, if you haven't done one yet, you're going to see people's names pop up. And you could just literally stop what you're about to talk about in your Facebook Live and engage with them. and just be like, hey, Layla, hey, Lisa, thanks for hopping on. And, anyone coming on, let me know where you guys are coming from. I appreciate everyone coming in. So acknowledging them. And people that love to get engaged, right? I always tell them.
I actually had one of my friend's moms. She came up to me and she said, I was on your Facebook Live the other day. And she's like, I was trying to figure out how to get you to say my name. Like, she just wanted me to say her name. And she's like, the next one. If you see my name, I want you to say my name. I'm like, okay. All right, Shelly, I got you. But yeah, people love to hear their name.
Yeah, it's so funny how that is, because I remember when I first started watching people's Facebook Lives, I'm like, oh my God, they knew me. Like, and so the more I did Facebook Lives, I was like, oh, that's how they did it. So acknowledging them and, asking them questions. People love to answer questions and give me their advice. Chrissy's awesome at doing this. A lot of times I notice on her Facebook Live, she's not even talking. She just asks one question and she's just like replying to everybody else's comments or reading what they're saying. And I feel like those are the most successful Facebook Lives because people connect with you and they automatically feel like they know you. So
and when people see one person answering a question, even if they're watching a replay of your live, they see people answering the question, they want to answer. They want their answer to be in that feed. They want their answer to be seen and heard, even if it's just as a comment on the replay. So that's really, really powerful, the power of questions. If you're going to do a Facebook Live, I say never go into a Facebook Live without at least one question that you have prepared that you're going to ask for feedback and answers.
Yeah, definitely. And, another thing, because once you start doing the daily connects with us, all of us are going to jump in, right? And you're going to notice so many comments going so fast, and it's okay not to get overwhelmed and like, because I know personally I try to acknowledge everybody, but then I realize it's okay. My best advice afterwards is to go back to your Facebook Lives and literally go through everybody's. Even if you just like them and then later on respond to them, but at least acknowledge them by liking them at first and then going back and connecting with them and answering them and just saying thank you for stopping by. A lot of times that's all I do. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. And that's like the best way. And I mean, you could take it to the next level and actually, sending them private messages. That's another, training. But you
a whole other ninja training.
Yeah, another training. But yeah, that's my best advice to do.
Awesome. I love it. And engagement is key, right? Because there's something powerful when you look at a Facebook Live, even a Facebook Live that's going on or that has happened 15, 20 minutes ago, and you see 43 comments there, you're like, what was happening on that? I want to know what was happening as opposed to seeing one or two. I might not check that out. It might be like, nobody was really into that. But if I see all these comments happening, I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch this one because I wanted to see why they were commenting so much. So that the idea of engagement, getting people to say where they're from, and that's really powerful because it allows me to build these bridges. If I see somebody is from Canada, if I see somebody's from, Florida or New York City, I can be like, oh man, I love New York City. I was only there in the winter time when it was so freezing, but it just builds that bridge. They're like, oh man, this is live. This is real. So yeah, really, really powerful engagement tips. And we've got lots more for you guys. The one thing I want you to remember is that people's attention spans are very short. So one thing I look at when I am looking at a Facebook Live is, did they tell me why I'm here? So because you will have your topic already prepared, you already know what you're going to talk about, you will know what your topic is. So you, like Lisa said, you have to reiterate that often because you'll see people just pop on in the middle. So you have to be like, well, if you just jumped on, we're talking about one lesson or one reason why you shouldn't eat salt or whatever it might be. One way that salt is actually good for you, just allowing that one little bridge to bring them back in. Like, okay, yes, I know why I'm here. I always say in a video, whether it's a replays especially, because sometimes that's where a lot of your views are going to come from. Majority of your views may come from replays. So if I'm watching a replay, I give them 10 seconds. 10 seconds to tell me why I'm here. Tell me what's in it for me. What am I going to learn here? Why do I want to hang out with you? Why do I want to watch this? 10 seconds. So, hey guys, even if there is no one watching your Facebook Live in the first 10 seconds, because usually there's not, right? You're there solo. I say, hey guys, Layla Black here, and in this Facebook Live, I am going to teach you, even though I'm talking to no one. It doesn't matter, because I know that those 1,000 people that are going to watch the replay, they're going to get it right in the beginning. They're going to know exactly why they're there. And then I reiterate that several times throughout the Facebook Live. The other thing that I wanted to touch on was the call to action. So Lisa talked about the call to action. I like to think of it like the sandwich. So at the beginning, I tell you what you're going to get. I give you the meat, and at the end, I got the end of the sandwich, and the bottom bread. The call to action. What do you want them to do now? And a lot of times we kind of get nervous at the end, or we're like, okay, thanks for watching, bye, and we're just out. So I want you to not. This is basically just leaving opportunity on the table, because we want more. If they've watched to the very end, they want more. So let them know. If you want to know how you can plug in with this amazing community of women, if you want to learn more about meditation, if you want to learn more about how to deal with your PTSD, leave a comment below. Reach out to me personally. Send me a message, because I'm a real person, or click the link in the description box so that you can get plugged in for free, and leaving that opportunity for them. Now, I was like, okay, I'm only going to share a couple tips, because I don't want to get too crazy. But there are some things that you can do to keep people on your Facebook Live until the very end. One is to dangle a carrot in front of them. Dangling a carrot in front of them for your Facebook Live. So what's one thing that I'm going to tell you at the very end? If you stick around to the very end, I have got a special tip for you that I learned from one of my $1 million mentors. So they're not going anywhere. They're going to sit there while you welcome everybody. They're going to sit there while you answer questions. They're going to sit there while you're dancing like a crazy person, because they want that carrot at the end, right? So that's one little trick you can do to keep people on your Facebook Lives. And then the other thing, tell them what to do. Tell them. If you want people to share, tell them to share. If you want people to invite their friends and click all their names, tell them to do that. Say, invite your friends. And as you scroll through that newsfeed, I want you to look at those faces and think of the people that would benefit from this message. Think of the people that need to be inspired today. Think of the people that you want to impact. Click on their faces. Invite them to this feed. Invite them to this live stream. If you want them to follow you and subscribe to you, tell them to do it, right? Right now. Do it with me right now. I'll wait right here while you subscribe to my live feed, so that you never miss a single one, right? So we have to get into the habit of leading people on, the path that we want them to take. Yes, exactly. Okay, so I think we have given you some serious tips here, and you know the procedures, you know where to find it, all of us are here to support you, and Nikki down there, I don't know, she's talking to somebody, but Nikki down there is your point of contact, so that you can really, you don't have to feel lost. You don't have to feel like you're on your own, because she's going to help you out and get you plugged in and make sure that everybody stays on track, which is awesome. So I think anything else, you guys, do you have something coming to you, something that you got to put out there, something that you got to leave these ladies with as they are about to embark on their Facebook Live journey?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, we're all going to say it at once.
I knew there was more. I knew you had more.
I learn a lot about the women that are in the Women's Connection by watching the videos that they do in the video challenge. And even though I never have communicated directly with one-on-one with them, I learn about them in their videos. And then when their name pops up when I'm doing a daily connect, I'm like, oh, I know that person. And that's how when I speak their name, it's with authenticity. And that's where, like Denise was talking about, how I keep a conversation going. That's where it comes from, is because I'm learning where people are coming from before they even get to the daily connect that I might be doing.
Totally. And that's the cool thing about the Women's Connection is that we aren't just little profile pictures, right? We become real friends, real people, real allies, real sisters. And so when I see one of the girls doing a Facebook Live on her own, it's like, I want to be there. I want to support her. Or I see somebody leave a comment and I know something that they've been through, something that they shared, some personal fact that they shared, it does build that connection. So that's the really amazing thing about this community, that you don't have to be afraid because it's genuine. It's real. Denise, do you want to chime in there?
Just something really quick that I personally notice is that when you think you're being you think like your Facebook Live is like the worst Facebook Live ever. What I've noticed is that I inspire so many people to do their own, because I will mess that Facebook Live like no other. Like a couple of months ago, I'm literally choking on Facebook Live and I could not control it. I literally was in tears because I was choking. And not once but twice that happened to me, and I've never heard so many people say, I cannot believe you posted that Facebook Live. And I inspire so many people to do their own because they realize how not perfect I am.
Totally. It's like, they see crazy kids running around, or, something happens in the middle, like juice gets spilled all over the floor, and like, oh no, what are you going to do? You can't pause. You got to roll with it. You got to keep going. And they're like, well, you know what? She can do that. I can do that. And it does help people to get over their own fear, for sure. Sensei?
There we go. Have fun. That's the main thing. All this boils down to is just being authentic, finding your voice, having fun.
Definitely. And if you're having fun, people will resonate to that, like people, if you're all stressed out, if you're all like nervous and, freaking out, anxiety, people will pick up on that. But if you're just like, you know what, I might screw up. This is my first one. Or, hey, I've been doing 10 of these and they're not getting any better, but I'm still doing them. Just having that approach, like, I'm here, you're here with me, so let's have fun together, at least while we're here. It may not be perfect, but we're going to have fun together. So ladies, if you're watching this, the time is now. Do your Facebook Lives. So if you have any questions.
And become part of the live tribe. Because, that's the other thing I just want to mention is like what you guys touched on. Because, Periscope, all these platforms, they move so quickly. Instagram has live. There's all these live things. So it's like you want to get into that mode of doing it because it's the time is now, big time.
And there's a huge shift to live. Yeah. It's just like, that's what people want. So one thing I forgot to say is watching your replays. So I do this all the time. And Toby's like, are you watching your replay again? I'm like, yeah, I need to see, I want to know why this one worked so well. I want to know, what did I do in that one that got 100 comments? And I pay attention to what I did. And if I hear something, I'm like, oh man, that was kind of, that was kind of lame, or, I watch them and I'm able to see and identify, okay, this is good. Focus on this, do more of that, less of this, and just have, always be learning and be okay with that. Understand that you're on a journey, you are where you are, and you're not going to be where we are, you're not going to be where anybody else is, because this is your journey. So just being okay with that, but constantly being focused on improving and growing and learning and expanding, and just taking other people's experience like you are right now and putting it into your own. So thanks so much, ladies, for jumping on here. I know that the ladies are going to get a ton of value from this. We're going to get this out. Actually get it out to everybody, because I think that everybody can benefit from these tips, whether you're doing our daily connect or not. But if you're not, maybe this will inspire you to sign up and to share your message, because that's why we're here. That's what we want. So thanks so much, ladies. You rock. Awesome. All right.